Morning all. Now we'll start another sections called as the moment of inertia of a thin uniform rod that we will calculate. It means this class we will calculate what is the moment of inertia of a thin uniform rod that we will calculate. Then there are two cases in this derivations. The first one is called as about an axis through its center and perpendicular to its length. Okay. The second one we will calculate later. The first one is moment of inertia of thin uniform rod. The first is about an axis through its center and perpendicular to its length. Let us consider to calculate moment of inertia of a rod, thin uniform rod. Let us consider a rod, uniform rod. Okay, this is uniform rod of mass m. So of mass m. M is mass of the rod, total mass of the rod, and the length of the rod. This is a rod. The length of the rod is say L. This is the total length of the rod, and this is the axis of rotation. CD. What I have taken here is CD. CD is called as axis of rotation. The rod length, AB rod, will have a length L. Okay. This CD I have taken at the center of the rod, and this center to the end A is called as L by 2, half of the uniform rod. To calculate moment of inertia of the rod, complete moment of inertia of the rod. So first of all, we have to calculate the moment of inertia of the small element in the rod. It means the rod consists of several number of small elements. Number of particles is called as total mass, you can call it as. Or I will consider a small element in the rod. This is complete rod. Let us consider a small element here. This is small element at a distance x from the center. X from the center. The thickness of the rod is called as dx. Okay. Why we are calculating here is we will calculate first the mass of the element. The sum of all the elements in the rod gives the total mass. Okay. So to calculate mass of this is called as, that is small element is called as say m. Small m is mass per unit length. This is nothing but capital M divided by L is called as small m. This small m is called as mass per unit length. So mass of the small element dx is called as small m. So if you want to calculate this mass, then the next is the distance, because first of all we will calculate what is the moment of inertia of this element. If you calculate moment of inertia of this element, then sum of the moment of inertia of all the element gives total moment of inertia of the whole bodies. Hence, what you have to calculate is the mass of this body E can be calculated. This is mass per unit length. Mass of the body is m by L into dx gives mass of that bodies. This is mass per unit length. Okay. This is mass of the bodies. The next is you have to calculate what is the moment of inertia of this element. Moment of inertia of this element is the mass of the body and the distance of the body or element from the axis of rotations, from the center. That gives moment of inertia of this small element. The sum of the moment of inertia of all the element is called as total moment of inertia of the bodies. First of all, we will calculate what is the moment of inertia of a small element. This is moment of inertia of the element is mass of the element into square of the distance of the element from the axis of rotations. That gives moment of inertia of this element. Hence, what we can calculate is this moment of inertia is moment of inertia of the element is equal to this m by L dx into x square. This is total mass of the element. This is the square of the distance from the axis of rotations. This gives moment of inertia of the only element. Then to calculate total moment of inertia of the whole bodies, whole rod, what you have to do it? Integrate the limit from 0 to L. You can integrate. You can integrate, or sum of the moment of inertia of all the elements also you can do it, or integrate the limit from 0 to L by 2 times is also the moment of inertia of the whole body or this rod, complete rod. Hence, the moment of inertia can be calculated, the whole body. The moment of inertia mi is equal to 2 times integration 0 to L by 2 m divided by L into x square, sorry, dx into x square. And this can be written as, why I have 2 times is, you have to integrate the limit 0 to L, you have to write, instead of taking 0 to L, what I have taken is 0 to L by 2. That's why I have taken 2 times 0 to L by 2. 0 to L by 2. This is mass of the element and this is square. This is the moment of inertia of the element. If you integrate this moment of inertia of the element from 0 to L by 2 integrations, what you have to write is 2 as it is, integration 0 to L by 2 m divided by L x square into dx. Or this can be written as moment of inertia of the rod can be written as 2m divided by L integration 0 to L by 2 and x square dx. Now integrate what is the x square and substitute the limit. X square and substitute the limit. So what you have to do is write 2m divided by L. If you integrate this one, this becomes x cube by 3. X cube by 3. Then substitute the limit 0 to L by 2. 0 to L by 2. Now is we have to substitute the limit. If you substitute the limit, what is I? I is equal to 2 m divided by L. And what is x cube? X cube is L by 2. X value is L by 2 cube divided by 3. Okay, divided by 3. Then what it becomes? This becomes 2m divided by L. 2m divided by L. Okay. Then this is x cube. This is L cube divided by 2 cube into 3. 3 into 2 cube. 2 cube is 2 into 2 into 2 can be written as 8. Remove this 2. This becomes 4. This is L. This becomes L square. Then it becomes m L square divided by 3 4s are 12 L. Sorry, this L is removed. This is 12. Hence, the moment of inertia I is equal to m L square divided by 12 is called as the moment of inertia of the uniform rod. This is the first case, what we call it as about an axis through its center and perpendicular to its length. The next is, the second one is B, that we will calculate in the next videos.